The story begins in the winter of 1795. At that time, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, in his relentless pursuit of scientific discovery, creates a monster by assembling parts from 8 different corpses and bringing it to life. However, overcome with fear and horror at his own creation, Frankenstein abandons the creature. Left to fend for itself, the monster survives and eventually returns to Frankenstein's home, seeking revenge. In a tragic act, it kills Frankenstein's wife before fleeing into the night. Determined to put an end to his creation, Frankenstein chases after the monster. But the harsh winter proves too much for him, and he succumbs to the cold. With no one else left, the monster takes his creator's lifeless body and buries to the battle. 2 gargoyle warriors, Ophir and Keziah, arrive to intervene. They are puzzled by the monster's existence, as no ordinary human should be capable of killing demons. After securing Frankenstein's journal from his body, the gargoyles take both the book and the monster to a sacred church, where they present him to the gargoyle queen, Leonore, and her loyal second-in-command, Gideon. Neither the monster nor the gargoyles understand why the demons are so determined to take him to Naberius. However, after studying the situation, Leonore deems the monster to be harmless, for now. She then introduces him to the Gargoyle Order, which was established by the Archangel Michael to wage an eternal war against demons, including Naberius. Later, Leonore offers the monster refuge within the Gargoyle stronghold, where he would be safe from demonic attacks. However, the creature refuses, believing he is capable of surviving on his own. Respecting his decision, Leonore does not force him to stay, but she does grant him a name, Adam, since Frankenstein never gave him one before his death. Though he chooses not to remain at the castle, she still entrusts him with a weapon, a baton marked with the sigil of the Gargoyle Order, capable of destroying demons and banishing them to hell for eternity. However, unlike Leonore, Gideon does not approve of Adam's presence and considers him a threat. He believes the safest course of action is to eliminate Adam before he can cause harm. Nonetheless, Leonore dismisses Gideon's concerns. She then orders him to lock Frankenstein's journal away in the most secure part of the castle, the vault, ensuring that Naberius never gets his hands on it. The book contains the complete details of Adam's creation, information that must never fall into the wrong hands. Before Adam departs, Ophir and Keziah assure him that he will always be welcome at the castle should he ever need protection. In the end, Adam sets off on his own, seeking solitude in a place untouched by humans, demons, or gargoyles. 200 years pass, yet Adam, made from the bodies of the dead, does not age. Despite his efforts to remain isolated, Naberius's demons eventually track him down. However, after centuries of honing his strength, Adam easily overpowers them. Realizing that the demons will never stop hunting him, he makes a decision. Rather than waiting for them to find him, he will hunt them first. From that moment on, Adam dedicates himself to the destruction of demons, knowing it is only a matter of time before they come for him again. In a world far more advanced than before, Adam roams the city, only to be ambushed by 3 demons. During the struggle, one of the demons kills a nearby police officer. Enraged, Adam wields his baton and swiftly eliminates 2 of them, then chases after the third as it attempts to flee. Meanwhile, Naberius has hidden his true identity behind the persona of Charles, a wealthy businessman. Under this guise, he employs 2 scientists, Tara and Carl, to research the theory of corpse reanimation. Before attempting their experiments on humans, Tara and Carl conduct trials on dead rats, all while Charles observes their progress. Later in his office, Charles is visited by the demon that managed to escape the earlier fight. The demon reports that it encountered a creature capable of killing 7 demons at once, just like a gargoyle. Realizing that the creature in question is Adam, Charles is furious. He strikes the demon across the face, enraged that while its comrades perished, it fled like a coward. Elsewhere, Adam is taken to the gargoyle stronghold by Ophir, following the death of the police officer. The gargoyles cannot risk humanity discovering their secret war against demons, a battle they have fought for centuries in the shadows. As queen of the gargoyles, Leonore issues an ultimatum. Adam will remain imprisoned indefinitely until he learns to wield his power more responsibly. A heated argument ensues between them. Eventually, Leonore reveals that when she first met Adam 200 years ago, she had wanted to kill him. However, as a queen, she saw something in him, an untapped strength unlike that of any race, including the gargoyles. He could be a formidable force against the demons. On the other hand, certain that Adam is being held within the gargoyle stronghold, Charles sends his most powerful commander, Zuriel, to launch an assault and capture Adam. That very night, without hesitation, Zuriel leads an army of demons to attack the castle. With a sudden attack, the gargoyles struggle against the overwhelming horde, battling to keep them from infiltrating their sanctuary. Unlike demons, whose spirits are cast into hell upon death, fallen gargoyles ascend to heaven. Amidst the chaos, red flames erupt as demons are slain, while streaks of blue light rise, signs that some gargoyles have also perished. Realizing the stronghold is in danger, Gideon, Leonore's trusted advisor, orders Ophir and Keziah to guard Adam in his cell. As the demons break through the prison doors, Adam demands a weapon from Ophir, insisting that he can fight alongside them. With no time to argue, Ophir reluctantly unlocks Adam's cell and lends him a weapon to aid in the battle. The fight comes at a heavy cost. Ophir and Kezia, the very gargoyles who first aided Adam, lose their lives in the struggle. Despite being outnumbered, the gargoyle warriors ultimately force the demons to retreat. However, Adam seizes a surviving demon and forces it to reveal the true purpose of the attack. It was nothing more than a diversion. While the gargoyles were preoccupied, Zuriel abducted Queen Leonore and took her to the Walton Theater. Upon discovering Leonore's whereabouts, Adam wastes no time and kills the demon who revealed the information. Unfortunately, Leonore has already been taken to Walton Theater by Zuriel. As her trusted advisor, Gideon must act quickly. Leonore is the only one who can communicate with Archangel Michael, serving as the vital link between the gargoyle forces and their divine leader. Without her, their army is vulnerable. Desperate, Gideon makes a difficult decision. He retrieves Victor Frankenstein's journal from the vault, where it has been safeguarded for centuries. His plan is to exchange the journal for Leonore's freedom. Without delay, Gideon confronts Zuriel, who is holding Leonore hostage, and offers the journal in return for her release. He explains that the journal contains Frankenstein's research on reanimating the dead, knowledge that led to the creation of Adam. Without hesitation, Zuriel accepts the deal, releases Leonore, and flees with the journal. Gideon quickly takes Leonore to safety. Meanwhile, Zuriel rushes back to headquarters, knowing that his master, Nibarius, is determined to unlock the secret of reanimation. However, before he can reach his destination, Adam arrives and attacks the demons, determined to reclaim Frankenstein's journal. Despite his efforts, Adam fails to stop Zuriel, who successfully delivers the book to Nibarius. Wasting no time, Nibarius hands it over to his two scientists, Tara and Carl, instructing them to immediately test the theories contained within. Adam follows Zuriel to a mysterious building, soon realizing that it is none other than Nibarius' stronghold. As he explores the facility, he stumbles upon a vast chamber filled with corpses suspended from the ceiling, an unsettling sight that confirms his worst fears. Back at the Gargoyle Castle, tensions rise between Leonore and Gideon. Still convinced that Adam is a threat, Gideon argues that he is the reason Nibarius has relentlessly pursued them, even going so far as to attack their stronghold and slaughter many of their warriors. However, Leonore, with the wisdom of a queen, reminds him that Adam has survived for over 200 years, protected by a divine force. If Adam were truly a harbinger of destruction, God would have eliminated him long ago. Instead, they must wait and discover the true purpose of his existence. Meanwhile, Tara and Carl analyze Frankenstein's journal and uncover the secret of his experiment. In 1795, Victor Frankenstein successfully reanimated a corpse using 6 electric eels, generating a total charge of 3,000 volts. As they discuss their findings, Adam suddenly appears before them. Tara freezes in shock, immediately recognizing him. His appearance is identical to the creature described in Frankenstein's journal. Without resistance, she hands over the book. However, before Adam can leave, the building's security team enters the room, followed closely by Nibarius himself. Introducing himself as Charles, a scientist dedicated to reanimation research, Nibarius attempts to persuade Adam to join him. He argues that Frankenstein's methods could be used to heal and restore damaged human bodies, an advancement that could benefit mankind. But from the corner of his eye, Adam catches sight of Zuriel, and in that moment, he realizes the truth. Charles is not who he claims to be. He is, in fact, Nibarius, the Prince of Darkness. Without hesitation, Adam chose to flee the scene. However, after hunting him for centuries, Zuriel was certain that Adam would eventually seek out Tara to uncover the truth about his own existence. During his escape, Adam began reading the journal of his creator. Determined to find answers, he tracked down Tara as she was making her way home, approaching her in secret. At that moment, Adam explained the ongoing war between demons and gargoyles, a conflict that had raged for centuries. He revealed that her superior, Charles, was not who he claimed to be. He was, in fact, Nibarius, the Prince of Darkness and leader of the demonic forces. Within his fortress, Nibarius was amassing an army of corpses, preparing to reanimate them just as Frankenstein had done with Adam. But unlike Adam, these soulless bodies would serve as vessels for demons from hell, forming an undead army meant to eradicate humanity. At first, Tara refused to believe such an outrageous claim, but before she could respond, Zuriel appeared, revealing his true demonic form and lunging toward Adam, intent on stealing Frankenstein's journal. Zuriel quickly overpowered Adam, forcing him into a corner. Just as he was about to strike the final blow, Tara intervened, insisting that Adam remain alive. She still needed his body intact to fully study Frankenstein's research. Seizing the opportunity, Adam fought back, ultimately killing Zuriel, though he was wounded in the process. Later, Tara tended to Adam's injuries. Realizing the imminent threat Nibarius posed, Adam urged her to seek help from Leonore. At any moment, Nibarius could send more demons to pursue them. More importantly, they needed to stop his undead army before it was too late. Without souls, these reanimated bodies would become nothing more than vessels for demonic possession, creating an unstoppable force bent on slaughtering and enslaving humanity. After reading Frankenstein's journal, Tara grew confident that she could replicate his work. More than that, she made a promise to Adam. She would stand by his side, just as Frankenstein had always intended. Not long after, Tara received a call from Carl. She urgently warned him to get as far away from Charles as possible and instructed him to meet her at the train station. Before parting ways, Adam handed Tara a dagger marked with the symbol of the gargoyles, an enchanted weapon capable of instantly killing demons. While Tara made her way to the station, Adam set out for the Gargoyle Castle, seeking their aid. However, when Tara arrived, she was intercepted by Niberius' security forces, demons in disguise, who pressured her into resuming work on the undead project. Meanwhile, at the Gargoyle Castle, Adam finally met with Leonore and revealed Niberius' full plan. A legion of 10,000 corpses, all awaiting resurrection through Frankenstein's methods, their bodies to be inhabited by demons from hell. With this army, Niberius intended to seize control of the world. Hearing this, Leonore demanded that Frankenstein's journal be destroyed immediately. But rather than handing it over right away, Adam struck a deal. He would give her the book only if she helped him rescue Dr. Tara. Reluctantly, Leonore agreed. However, in secret, she ordered Gideon to kill Adam once the journal was secured, ensuring that he would never again bring trouble to the Gargoyle race. Back in his quarters, Adam retrieved the journal, but a sense of unease gnawed at him. He and Tara had promised to reunite safely, yet as time passed, she still had not arrived. Unexpectedly, Adam managed to kill Gideon, who had been ordered by Leonore to eliminate him. Without wasting any time, Adam rushed to the train station where Tara and Carl had planned to meet. However, upon arriving, he was startled to find the dagger he had given Tara lying abandoned on the floor. Meanwhile, inside Niberius' headquarters, Tara refused to proceed with the corpse resurrection project. She had uncovered the truth about Niberius and his sinister plans, and she wanted no part in them. In response, Niberius mercilessly killed Carl right before her eyes. Then, with cold brutality, he ordered her to bring Carl back to life using Frankenstein's methods. With no other option, Tara complied. After successfully reviving Carl, Tara was forced to reanimate the rest of the corpses that Niberius had prepared. Meanwhile, Adam had already burned Frankenstein's journal, ensuring that no one else could use its knowledge. He then made his way to Niberius' lair, but before he could reach it, he was ambushed by a group of gargoyles under Leonore's command, sent to kill him. However, Adam refused to fight them to the death. Instead, he drove them away, knowing that his true mission was to rescue Tara and put an end to Niberius' twisted scheme. Upon reaching the enemy stronghold, Adam was immediately confronted by hordes of demons. Armed with the weapons he had taken from Gideon, he fought his way through the monstrous horde. Watching the battle unfold, Leonore suddenly realized the truth. Adam had deliberately lured the gargoyles there, forcing them into battle against the demons. Adam pushed forward, breaking into the laboratory where he finally came face to face with Tara and Niberius. With unwavering determination, he declared that the Gargoyle Order and humanity would survive, while Niberius and his demonic forces would be eradicated. Amused by his words, Niberius shed his human disguise and revealed his true form. After centuries of evading conflict, the long-awaited battle was about to begin. The first reanimated being, Adam Frankenstein, would face the Prince of Darkness, Niberius, in a final showdown. But from the very start, Adam was at a clear disadvantage. Niberius was far stronger, easily overpowering him in battle. Even the weapons Adam had taken from Gideon failed to inflict any real damage. Niberius' body was completely immune to their attacks. Meanwhile, deep within the fortress, the corpses that Tara had reanimated began to stir. Slowly but surely, demonic spirits from hell descended, ready to claim their new vessels. Fortunately, Leonore and the gargoyles had launched their own attack, striking at the heart of Niberius' stronghold. Piece by piece, they fought to tear the place down, determined to stop the rise of the undead army before it was too late. It wasn't just the soulless corpses that were at risk. Adam, whose body was also a creation of reanimated flesh, was now in danger of being possessed by the demons of hell. Moments later, Niberius lifted Adam into the air, chanting an incantation with unwavering confidence. He believed that since Adam had no soul, the demons would be able to take full control of his body without resistance. However, to Niberius' shock, the possession failed. The demons could not claim Adam's body because, over time, he had developed a soul of his own. Through his experiences, emotions, and evolving humanity, Adam had grown into more than just a soulless creature. He had become something more, something capable of thought, joy, and sorrow. Stunned by this revelation, Niberius hesitated for a split second, but Adam did not. Without hesitation, he completed the deep cuts he had previously inflicted on Niberius' body, revealing a hidden gargoyle sigil carved into his flesh. The moment the symbol was completed, it ignited in flames, consuming Niberius from within. In an instant, an immense explosion erupted, destroying not only Niberius but also the entire fortress, along with the thousands of corpses waiting to be possessed. Amidst the destruction, Adam and Tara barely managed to escape. Just as the building collapsed around them, Leonore appeared, lifting them to safety and bringing them back to the Gargoyle Castle. There, she finally forgave Adam for killing Gideon, acknowledging that he had fulfilled his true purpose, not just by destroying the demons and the Prince of Darkness, Niberius, but by proving that he was more than a mindless creation. He had become something unique, a being with a soul. After centuries of searching for his true identity, Adam Frankenstein had finally found his answer. Through his creator's journal, he realized his existence was not an accident. His purpose was clear: to use the power he had been given, the balance between life and death, to fight against the darkness that threatened the world. And with that, the story come to an end. Moral lesson from the story: if you're going to abandon your monster, at least leave it a How to Fight Demons for Dummies guide, or it might accidentally start a 200-year war. Also, never trust a scientist who works with dead rats. They're probably up to no good.